Jericati here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, universe. It's a time of the year of the Filipino Hollywood Actors Panel in the heart of Hollywood. So, this is a very special interview, and we interviewed the voice of Bugs Bunny. We got Eugene Cordero, Abby's Espiritu, as well as the Becca Cuco, as well as the founder, and also the film creative. Let's take a look. It's nice to see you again here during the Filipino Hollywood Actors Panel. This is not your first time.
No, I did the very first one, I think. And on that one, we focused mainly on the acting career and whatnot. But gosh, it had to be 10, 12 years ago now, if not longer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're correct. And from that time on, what has changed? I know a lot of things has changed to you. You've done a very good job in representing the Filipino in Hollywood in general, especially you were in Low Key. Talk about your character on that one, and how did you snag that role, and how did you prepare for it?
I loved doing that show. To be on a Marvel series and be part of that universe is absolutely amazing. How did I snag it? It was an audition process. I just auditioned like everybody else, but something in that audition or the way that I played it caught the eye of the producers, the Marvel execs and whatnot, and the casting people to put that tape forward so that other people got to see it, and it got me into the show. Once the show started happening, it was just I trusted the instincts that I took in the audition of it and how I was going to take it, and then Kate Herron, the director, did an amazing job of leading us through the right tone and everything for me to play it correctly, and then it became a little bit of a fan favorite.
Eugene, of all the characters that you played so far in your acting career, what is the most challenging, and why?
You know what? I think I don't know if this is me copping out of it, but I feel like every role so far has been equally challenging because luckily for me, everything for the most part has been somewhat different from each other. So because of that, I've had challenges on one thing that I wouldn't on the other. One would be, having to improvise a bunch on set and come up with my own stuff, to other shows where I've had to stick right to the book and make sure that their words are being said. So, there's different experiences for both, and for all of the jobs I've had, I've been lucky that I've been able to take whatever challenge it is and hopefully turn it around and make it something that's mine.
So, what can you say to our audience, being an actor in Hollywood, word of wisdom to our audience?
That it doesn't stop. You never stop learning. So don't think that you are done learning. There's always something you can work on. There's always your own work that needs improving. So that when you get to set, you're prepared. So just, do your work.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
And before we kind of pick your brain again, congratulations on your second Emmy.
Oh.
I saw you, and
Third
I have
now.
Third now?
Third.
Oh my gosh, shame on me.
I don't want to correct you. But
Shame on me.
Not just third, but third in a row.
That's amazing.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's kind of insane how lucky. It's all about luck. I have the easiest job in the industry compared to what you do. The hard-hitting journalism and what the artists do, the musicians do, the directors do, the editors do, even the PAs. I just go in there and say, "Hey, what's up, Doc?" And then they give me free pork belly here, free food.
Yeah, amazing. And to tell you honestly, I just want to break this news because, Blog Talk, we put out a 75 most influential Filipino Americans every year, and it's been running for 10 years.
Nice.
And you were the Hall of Famer last year.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, how are you feeling about that?
That's pretty amazing. I always feel like the Hall of Fame, doesn't that mean I'm going to retire now? Isn't that
No.
when you get to the Hall of Fame, you I better make sure I have good life insurance policy. No.
And by the way, with that Hall of Fame, as a matter of fact, it was recognized by the state of California.
Wow.
So I have your certificate.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get it
Okay.
very soon.
Okay.
But yeah, well, I brought someone here with me.
Who's this? Is this? Listen, it's a duck for sure. It's a non-licensed duck, so we can't get sued, which is good. I like it. This is wonderful. Is this for me, or is this your mascot?
I think I brought it with me because I'm going to interview you today.
This looks like balut to me. I think it's not Donald or Daffy. This looks like lunch to me. If we're gonna be here supporting the Phil M community, that looks like be a balut duck. That's it.
That's amazing. Now, I mean, you know, you're really representing the Filipinos, not just for the Canada and the U.S. It's global Pinoy. Then because Blog Talk is being partnered with Good News Pilipinas,
Yes.
which is the number one positive news in the Philippines.
Yes.
And their tagline is making every Filipino proud. So what can you say now that you are a global Pinoy?
Well, I mean, it's just the job is never over, really. Just because you get here to this point doesn't mean you can sit back and relax. You have to keep pushing. You have to keep making more, telling wonderful stories and influencing more people, and hopefully more Filipino global stars, not just Filipino Americans, Canadians, North Americans alike, but Filipinos all over the world will join us and continue to represent our culture, because I think all cultures are beautiful, but I feel like the fact that we have Filipino Heritage Month, and we get to celebrate our presence in the arts is really important, and very I'm always thankful to just leave the house.
I'm really curious, how did you get this iconic role such as Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and everything? And yes,
I mean, it's just a practice. Everything that you do, practice. Like thinking about other iconic roles like Leah Salonga forever with Princess Jasmine, the singing voice of Princess Jasmine. I mean, she's the really who put us on the map. If we're talking about voiceover specifically, how cool was that when it was revealed that Filipina is the singing voice of Jasmine? What not just an influence on me, but performing everywhere, musicals and stuff like that. It's just like an audition. If you're an actor, you get an audition in the email. If you read for it and they like what they hear, then they call you in. And if they like working with you further from that, you keep going. So, yeah, I've been working with the Looney Tunes now for over, Marvin the Martian I've been working with for 15 years. Isn't that lovely? 15 years. Yeah, 15 Earth years. It's a long, long time. And then only with Bugs, Daffy, and Tweety, maybe only the last 7 years. So
maybe this is the new character.
this is the new one.
This is the Balut Duck.
Bobby Balut.
Hey, that's a good one. Maybe it's a new
I think it's
series.
a new series. He gets eaten every episode.
Oh my gosh, amazing. You just created a new character, Eric. Now, I know over the years, it's not all about, success. Can you also share us the struggle and the challenge, and how did you overcome them? Share with us.
Yeah, it's funny because if you think about modern times now, how they center around focusing in on authentic casting, which I think is fantastic. But I think when it comes to legacy characters like Bugs, the degree of difficulty is if you sound or act like the character or not. And I think that's great that it breaks down all barriers, because it doesn't matter if you're white, black, Asian, South Pacific Islander, Irish, Scottish, Australian. It's just if you can do the job or not. And it's all about the acting. For me, the biggest hindering was learning how to act like to be a good performer. I didn't go to school for dramatic arts. My classroom didn't have a stage. My classroom had the tripod, the production. I went to school for production. Like, if you drop me off at a radio station, I can operate the radio, like the motherboard. Like, I was on your side of the microphone, not on this side. I was on the one holding it. So I learned by working. The more that I worked with the people that I grew up watching, the better I became. It was like I was getting paid to go to college.
Oh, that's amazing. And Have you ever thought about, I mean, you're now part of the pop culture and anything that you want to create, like very Filipino character?
Oh, it's happening now. I mean, I was a part of a very well animated series called Trece
Yes,
that revolved
I love
around
that.
the Netflix animated series that revolved around a very popular long running Filipino comic that was kind of like a mix of X-Files and our Filipino
I've
lore.
seen it.
Yeah, that was a great experience, and I just saw that they're developing another Filipino influenced animated series.
There is
Sun Chasers?
Sun Chaser by Bobby Pontillas.
There you go. I mean, and I think the next big DreamWorks feature film will be heavily based around Pinoy culture. So
I'm actually interviewing Bobby soon.
Great.
He's a good friend.
yeah. Hey, Bobby.
Hey, Bobby. He's currently in Manila.
Yeah.
And so, what is a word of wisdom you can share with us for our audience out there?
Oh, just, don't give up on yourself, especially if you're just getting started in the industry. There's going to be times where people say no. There's going to be times where doors will slam in your face, but usually other doors open for other opportunities. And, just be nice. Be nice to each other. That does not take a lot of effort. And when you are like that person, you always get invited back. If you are that kind to someone, they will remember that and they will bring you back for more work. Trust me. It's always like, who do I want to hang out for the next 4 hours? This person or that person? It's usually the person that is nicer. The other person could be so talented and be like a bit of a jerk.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's easy and it's fine. And if that's how you want to live your life, it's none of my business. But I'm here. I'm like just thankful for the opportunities that I've had, and I like to share that attitude. And I think it spawns more work.
Yeah, and thank you for supporting the Filipino Hollywood Actors Panel and Film Creative.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
And-
Is that it? Is that on that note? We have to say.
And thank you for creating this new character, Bobby the Balut, or Balut the Bobby.
On that note, I'll say.
That's all, folks.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And thank you so much. As they say in Tagalog, mabuhay ka.
Mabuhay ka.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Yeah, of course.
third-time Emmy winner Eric Bauza, and Blog Talks Hall of Famer.
I know. I'm waiting for that certificate because I could park anywhere I want, right, in the city with that certificate. Okay, good. Thank you.
Absolutely. Hi, Becca. How you doing? Becca Q, amazing. Now we're just talking behind the scene. And is it your first time to attend the Filipino Hollywood Actors Panel?
Yes, it is. I'm very excited to be here.
And I mean, is this really your dream to be a voice actor since growing up as a kid?
Yes, completely. I watched so much animated, like at Pixar, Disney, Nickelodeon, all the things. I grew up on it, and it's always been a huge part of my life. Yeah, forever, I think.
It's like, how old were you? Let's say, for example, give us in an instance when you're watching television that, oh, I want to do that too.
Yeah, I think it was when I was watching Rugrats. Such a huge show for me, where I really saw that all the kids and the babies had like all the power and the creativity. And I loved how hijinksful it was, because I liked to get into a little bit of trouble when I was a kid. But yeah, I think at that point I was like, whoa, I love them. I would love to do that. And I didn't really realize it was a job that you could do officially until maybe I was in college or right after that. So yeah, it's been kind of a long journey to get here.
So, as in, like, you went to college and you just wanted to take voice. So, how is that? Did you take any like a theater or acting? Share with us.
Yes, so I have been doing theater since I was super small. I went to an arts high school for theater, went to college for theater. I have a really strong foundation in theater, improv, this thing called Commedia dell'arte, which is like Italian mask work. It's a lot of clown and play. And when I was in New York, because I lived there for a while, I was focused on all the downtown and experimental theater that was very much like a collaborative group experience. And I was often doing really funny, interesting character voices in theater, and then I slowly found a way to like translate that into voice acting while I was in New York.
That's amazing. I applauded you for doing that, representing us. Speaking of representation, and I heard that you are playing a Filipino character, which is in Disney, named Lot Lot. Can you elaborate more about this character, and where did you get your inspiration by playing this character?
Totally. So her name is Lot Lot, which is short for
Very
Charlotte.
Filipino.
Very Filipino. She is, so the show is called Primos. It's on Disney Channel and Disney Plus, and it's about this character, Tater, who has all of her cousins come visit her for the summer. Lot Lot is one of them. She's an only child, and she's the only Filipino cousin. The rest of the cousins are mixed. They're Mexican and Dominican and American, and Lot Lot is so fun. I think she is one of the funniest characters I have seen on a Disney show. I love her because she is so true to herself, and she is so aware of and proud of her Filipino heritage, and she talks about it with the main character, and she lets her know like it's okay to feel sometimes like you're not enough, you're not Latina enough, or you're not Filipino enough, but just know that you are, and you can always learn more about your roots and like discover things about yourself when you do that. And her whole thing is she's like the spooky one, so she likes, she has like a tarot deck at the beginning of the season, and it has like Filipino symbolism on it, which is cool because it's only there for a flash, but I like how much culture there were actually Filipino writers who wrote for Lot Lot on the show. So there's just, Filipino representation up and down.
Yeah, just tell them you're global Pinoy.
My global Pinoy?
Because if you're global Pinoy, you are global.
Pinoy, yes, global
Just
Pinoy.
tell them, you're not just Filipino here. I'm global.
Yes, you're Filipino everywhere.
Absolutely. And what word of wisdom can you share with us, to our audience? Being a voice actor, share with us.
Yeah, I think it's just important to follow what makes your tail wag, like what is fun and exciting to you, and to just let yourself explore and have fun, and you might just surprise yourself. You might run into a voice that you didn't know that you had, or you might find something that you maybe forgot about, but something that you loved as a kid might come up in something that you work on. I think just stay open to possibilities, and I do think you will surprise yourself. And just have fun. Just enjoy yourself.
And because we are partnering with goodnewsfilipinas.com, which is the #1 positive news in the Philippines, making every Filipino proud.
So beautiful. Yes, this is an incredible, I'm so excited to be a part of this. Thank you so much for chatting with me about voice acting. I'm a fan of it.
Any upcoming shows, share with us.
Yeah, I have a game that I've been working on that's called Hades 2, and I'm voicing Nemesis, who is the god of retribution incarnate. Very different from Lot Lot, who's a 9-year-old. This is a Greek god who lives in the underworld, who's huge and very powerful. That game is by Supergiant, and it's coming out sometime this year. So that I'm really, really excited for. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for supporting Film Creative and the Filipino Hollywood Actors Panel this year. And as they say in Tagalog, mabuhay ka, meaning long live.
Yes. Thank you so much. Salamat.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks.
Abby Espiritu in the house. How you doing? Thank you so much for supporting the Filipino Hollywood Actors Panel.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing really well. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, we're going to be picking on your brain right now. And is it really your dream to become a voice actor in Hollywood?
Yeah, I mean, my whole life I've loved watching TV, playing video games, watching theater, just consuming as much media as possible. And I feel like growing up, there weren't that many people on stage and on screen that looked like me, that looked like us. And growing up, I got bitten by the acting bug very early, and I made a commitment to myself very young, and I still have made the commitment to myself that I wanted to be the representation that I didn't have for myself growing up. So to be here now in Hollywood, pursuing my dreams of being an actor and working as a voice actor, I do feel like this is like my dream coming true.
Absolutely. So when was the last time, like for example, give us instances that when you decided to be an actor?
Well, when I was really young, I think I was about like 5 years old, my parents took me to my first Broadway show. I saw Beauty and the Beast on Broadway, and I told my parents after that I wanted to be on stage. And so growing up, I was a typical theater kid, musical theater kid, doing acting, singing, dancing classes. And as I grew up, I loved performing and I loved the arts, but I started to feel a little disillusioned with if there was even a place for someone who looked like me in the industry. So I actually kind of took a break from acting for a bit during college and after college. And when the pandemic hit, actually, I lost my day job. I was not acting. I had not acted really in a few years. And I pivoted because I lost my job. I didn't really know what else to do. And I started pursuing voiceover. And I feel like I found my love for acting again. And I was getting a lot of validation from my teachers and coaches saying, you should pursue this if you really want to, because you're quite good at it. And that was 2020 during the pandemic. And I'm so grateful for all the people who were validating, encouraging me, because without that, I don't think I would have had the confidence to pursue this career. And here I am now, 5 years later, living in LA, working as a professional voice actor, and really loving what I do. So
Absolutely. And what is the most, I should say, the most challenging kind of character that you played, and why?
it's a good question. There's two characters that come to mind. One of them is my character in the video game Genshin Impact. I play this character named Mahao. He is a dragon that has the voice of like
Ooh,
a
dragon.
but he sounds like a 10-year-old, like really bratty little boy. And
Can you give us a sample?
sure, he sounds like, I'm the almighty dragon lord, Kahulao! Like something like that.
Wow, that is so cool.
Thank you. But I felt really nervous because I always thought that my strengths were, using my natural voice or maybe pitching up a little higher and sounding like a little, like young girls. And I tend to actually get typecast as young little girls, mostly. So when I got cast as this dragon who sounds like a little boy, I was very concerned that I wouldn't be able to do him justice. But I've been voicing that character for over a year now, and the fans, thank goodness, really, really like him and really like my portrayal of him. So definitely a challenge at the beginning, but I love him now. And the other one really quickly that I guess was a challenge was I'm in the video game Honkai Star Rail, and I voiced this character named Polixia, and completely different. She's just a very broken person who's just gone through a lot in life, and a lot of her lines it's like she has the weight of the world on her shoulders. And in my sessions, my director, Philip Bach, who I absolutely love, kept saying, go deeper, go deeper, go deeper. And that was the first time for voiceover specifically where a director really was like, I really need you to go there. We can't fake this. You have to really go into this dark place. And I remember during the sessions, I got there, and at the end of the session, Phil was like, I'm sure that didn't feel good in the moment, but I just want you to know that we got what we needed, and I hope you feel good now. And I was like, yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't feel great in the moment when trying to come up with all these traumas to bring this character to life, because this character has so much trauma. But now that I've done that work, and now that it's done and it's out there, I feel really good, and I feel proud of myself that I was able to access that, but also safely come out of it and be good now. So
That's amazing. What word of wisdom can you share with us, to our audience?
yeah. If you want to do this, if you want to be an actor or whatever it is you want to do, if you can picture yourself doing this, you can make it happen. I started my career in my in my bedroom closet in New Jersey 5 years ago after losing my day job, not really knowing what my future was going to look like. But I was picturing myself seeing my name in the credits of all of my favorite anime, of all these video games, and going to sessions, to studios in LA. And here I am now. Obviously, it took a lot of work, it took a lot of discipline, it took a lot of coaching and classes and research and training, but here I am now, and I still feel like I'm at the beginning of my journey. So if you can just picture yourself where you want to be, you can make it happen.
Absolutely. And any upcoming shows that you're working on now, if you're in the liberty to talk about it?
Of course. I'm currently in the anime Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, which is airing on Disney XD every Saturday. I play the character Rovian. As like I mentioned before, I'm still in Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail, which you can still find my characters now in those games. And lots more anime and video game to come. You guys can follow me on my socials. I'm at Miss Abby Spirit, and I post all the announcements for all the projects I'm working on there. So that's the best place to keep up with me.
Oh, that's amazing. And we're actually partnering with Good News Filipinas, making every Filipino proud. So you are now global Pinoy.
Oh my gosh. I gotta tell my parents, I gotta tell my grandparents. They're gonna be so proud.
Yes. This interview will come out on goodnewsfilipinas.com.
Wow.
Yeah, you're a certified global Pinoy.
Wow, I feel honored, and I feel like I've made them all proud.
Absolutely. So, any one last word to your fans, your family?
I just want to give a shout out to my parents. I know I'm first generation Filipino American, and I know they sacrificed a lot to not only bring me and my siblings out here and give us the life that we have, but also give me the freedom to choose this career path. I know not everyone has the support of their family to choose an unconventional career like this. So I'm very grateful that my parents have been so supportive of me chasing my dreams to become an actor. So a lot of thanks to them.
Thank you so much. And as they say in Tagalog, mabuhay ka, meaning long live.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Thank you for supporting the Filipino Hollywood Actors Panel this year.
Yes, absolutely. It's great to be here. We were here last year, first year, and happy to come back.
Yes, and what are we looking forward to in terms of the National Association of Voice Actors?
So NAVA is an advocacy association. We've been working for action, inclusion, education, and benefits for the last 3 years, trying to navigate an industry to make it more inclusive, to make it more open to different voices, and to help make those voices heard throughout the industry.
Absolutely. So, and aside from doing that, do you have like events that it's happening aside from this Filipino Actors Panel?
Yeah, we do 18 conferences a year that we go to. We actually just got back from Washington, D.C., where we were working on legislation to help all artists in this new age of AI. We have coming up in the fall, we actually have our big gala coming up at the Skirball Center in December. That's our next big, large event.
Absolutely. And any word of wisdom can you share with us to our audience if they want to be part of the organization?
Yeah, absolutely. The National Association of Voice Actors is open to everybody who's a voice actor, whether you're union, non-union, FICOR, you live in a right-to-work state, and we are here to help advocate for all of those voices that are out there that aren't being heard. And the more people we have joining us, the more people bringing their voices to our association, the more that we can be out there fighting for you. So come and join us.
Well, thank you so much. And it's nice to see you here. Congratulations for being part of the Blog Talk 75 Most Influential Filipino Americans last year.
Thank you so much, MJ, for the recognition. I'm so honored to be amongst the greats.
What was the last project that you did that really made an impact in your career?
Wow, there's so many projects in my career that have made an impact, in my opinion. But one thing that stands out to me is a film called Tahanan. Tahanan, which is called Home in Tagalog. And it's now on Prime Video. We had a film festival run for that film in 2022, 2023. And it's basically an immigration story about a guy from the Philippines who moved to the United States because they were struggling financially. And I think I found that very impactful, because it's not only relatable to Filipinos in the community, but also different cultures, different audiences out there can also relate to the film. And when we did the film festival run in 2023, a lot of people talked to us and said that it made so much impact on their lives. They were so related. The film was so relatable to them that they had to come up to us and say, "Wow, this was an amazing and relatable film." So that Tahanan is a project that I feel is very impactful to not only the Filipino community but also other communities out there.
Absolutely, and congratulations for you actually launched your entertainment company. Howling Gale Entertainment is supposed to be there, but I was really busy. But congratulations, and talk about that. And you're spearheading this with your team.
Thank you so much, MJ. And yeah, we were wondering where was MJ in the launch party, but it's okay. Howling Gale Entertainment is a production company led by me, Nicholas, and Nicole. And we really want to make projects that are, like I said, impactful to the community, but also leave a lasting impact on the different audiences out there. Howling Gale Entertainment, the words Howling Gale Entertainment really have a significant meaning. So we want to howl the voices of the underrepresented, the ones that are not heard as much. Gale, which means a strong wind, means that we want to create like a lasting impact, something that's very forceful and strong, and not just create projects that are just entertaining, but we want to have meaning to those projects. And entertainment is basically the medium that puts it all together, whether it's like a narrative film, a documentary, whatever the case may be. And we really also want to highlight community, because wolves need a pack for them to be united, and also to be really good at what they do, which is basically maybe go for a hunt. But in our case, as filmmakers, we work with directors, we work with producers, actors. Like, we all are collectively working together to, finish a certain goal, whether it's a project or whatever it is. So Howling Gale Entertainment puts it all together, and that's what we do. And then we did a launch party in 2024, and we were so happy because a lot of people in the Filipino community showed up and supported. People from different industries, not just filmmaking, it could also be fashion, design, whatever the case may be. And we were just so honored and grateful that people showed up and supported us.
Absolutely.
And wish you were there.
Yes, well, I'm here to support you all the way, and that's why you were part of the 75 most influential Filipino Americans of 2024.